Yo, what's up, guys? I'm doing another video today. What sucks is that I just filmed like half of this video. It was like 25 minutes long, and I realized that my mic was turned down and I wasn't even recording. It was turned up on my mic, but in the software was turned down. So I looked over, and literally nothing's getting recorded, which is terrible because that's 25 minutes of my life gone. So, real quick, I'm just gonna go over this video again. I'm gonna try to do it a little bit faster this time. That way I can get it over with, because 23 minutes was only half of it. And ideally, I would like to keep it shorter this time if I can. Today I'm going to be doing on the whiteboard. I'm going to be drawing a little bit because I thought it'd be kind of fun. So we'll see how that goes. Hopefully it's fun. Hopefully it doesn't take up too much time. But basically let's get into the video real quick. This is about how to gain muscle when you're broke, busy, or both. So, your situation, there's a good chance you're a skinny guy, you're young, maybe you don't have a lot of time or a lot of budget, and you're trying to build muscle. You see a lot of complex meal plans that are expensive, require a lot of ingredients. You see these super long 2-hour gym routines, and for you, it might feel kind of impossible. And that kind of sucks. It's very frustrating. My own experience, I get it. I've been skinny, I've been pretty broke. And for years, I felt like I didn't know what to cook or what to buy for groceries. And I felt like everything I was trying to buy was super expensive. And along with the time was super rough too. I was busy with school, I was busy with my job. I had a girlfriend, I had my family. And a lot of that stuff takes a long time. And it makes it hard to fit in an 1.5 to 2 hour long gym schedule or gym session in there too. So, aside from that, I also have a ton of expertise in this domain. I am 26 years old, but I have been lifting for over 15 years now as a natural guy. I've never taken any drugs, never taken any performance enhancing drugs. On top of that, sorry, the trash guys are out throwing trash right now. On top of that, I've also got a decade's worth of personal research. I've done my own research, I've read articles, I've read books on fitness, I've taken so many courses, I forgot how many courses I've taken over the years. I've literally spent thousands of dollars on courses. And I've learned a thing here and there from each one of them, which helps me put together all this information that I have. I've also helped countless friends, I've helped countless other guys put on weight, I've helped people lose weight, so I have experience as well there too. So, let's move on to the next section. The next section is about getting gains on any budget and any schedule. That's kind of the goal for today's video, is to teach you how to do that. I'm going to reveal exactly how you can gain muscle when you're broke, busy, or both. We'll go over some practical, no excuse strategies. The goal is to kind of make sure you know how to move forward and you know how to afford groceries on a budget, as well as cut your time down in the gym. I think I'm going to go over 3 things today. 3 things. Number 1 is the affordable food game. Can't really spell all that out, that's too long. My handwriting's a little crap right now. We're going to go over time saving workout hacks. Not going to spell that one out either for you. And lastly, number 3 is the system solution. The rest of the letters. The overall goal really is to talk about these actionable solutions and some comprehensive systems that you can take and apply to your own life. That way you can get consistent muscle growth, which will make it achievable for any skinny guy, any young guy, any guy who's been trying to put on muscle for a while and who's struggled with it. And just a quick heads up, I do offer a complete A to Z system that covers everything you could possibly need within fitness. That's fitness, nutrition, diet, recovery, sleep, how to stretch after a workout, affordable nutrition, how to save time in the gym. I go over mindset. I offer personal coaching. If you're interested in any of that, just hit me up in the link in the description below. I have a private school community with it's filled with like-minded guys who are in the same boat, same case as you. They're skinny guys, they're young. They've been trying to put on muscle as a natural, and they've been struggling with it. So it's good to surround yourself with like-minded people. If you're interested in that, you can book a one-on-one strategy call with me. It's completely free. It's just we can get on the phone, we can talk a little bit, and we can discuss these kind of things, see if I could be of help to you. All right, let's move on. We're going to move on to strategy number 1, which is, as you saw earlier, the affordable food game. I'm not going to spell it out this time. Affordable food game. There, boom, easy. So, what's the barrier here? The barrier is nutrition. It's thinking that you can't afford to eat enough to gain muscle, which in turn often leads to chronic undereating and zero progress. So, but what is the solution here? The solution is to figure out, or to sort of like become a master at figuring out affordable, high protein and calorie dense foods. So let's make that super easy. I've actually got a whole list of staples here that is going to make it easy for you. And a lot of these staples are things that I rely on too, especially when I'm in a crunch or if the budget's getting pretty tight. Number 1, eggs. Eggs are an incredible source of protein. It's cheap and they're versatile. Number 2, your chicken. This is going to be your legs, thighs, breast. Chicken is usually a cheaper source of meat. And it's a good source for hard gainers who maybe might be like yourself. Ground beef. This is another favorite of mine. Ground beef is a cheaper cut of beef usually. You can get it at any grocery store. Everyone will have it. It's a great source of protein and calories. And it's super nutritious and good for you. Plus, it's easy to cook. Literally throw it in a pan. Okay, the next is going to be your fishes, your fishies, your little ocean creatures. And I prefer these canned. You can buy them whole, but that gets a little expensive, which is the opposite of this video. We're talking about cheap here. And I rely on canned fish all the time. At pretty much any time, there will be at least 5-10 cans of canned fish in the cabinet for emergency. And I use them all the time. And what kind of canned fish? For me, you got your basics like tuna. Salmon's really good too. People even do things like oysters. Oysters not really a fish, but you can get them. Oysters, a favorite of mine because I'm Filipino, is sardines. You throw that with a little bit of white rice and it's bomb. They're really good. Just crack them open. You eat them by themselves, or you can mix them with other foods too. The next one is going to be oats. Oats are super inexpensive. They're super cheap. They're easy to cook. You can literally microwave them. That's going to be your oatmeal, and it's super calorie dense, which is an easy way to put on calories. Is just stuff yourself with oatmeal. Plus it's super filling, which is nice too. Another one is rice. Filipino staple, of course. This is a bulk carb and it's super easy to cook. Just throw it in a rice cooker, and it's also super cheap and you can eat it with so many things. Another one is milk. And you want to go with whole milk if you can. Whole milk is super cheap. It's a ton of calories. It's super easy, and that's easy. It's easy because it's a liquid. It's not a food. In other words, you don't actually have to chew it. You just drink it. You're literally drinking your calories. It makes it so easy. A thing I used to do back in the day when I was really trying to bulk up was Go Mad, which for some of you might know stands for a gallon of milk a day. And it's basically what it sounds like. You drink 1 gallon of milk a day, and it's super easy. Like, I forget how many it might be exactly. It might be like 1,600 calories for a gallon. That's a complete guess. I have no idea. I haven't done that in years. You'd have to check it out. And the protein, if I'm guessing, is probably around like, there's probably 6 grams per serving. There's probably it's probably like 100. It's probably like 130 grams of protein. So there you go. If you drink 1 gallon of milk, that's already 1,600 calories and 130 grams of protein. That's almost hitting your goal for the day. You just probably need to eat a little bit of food on top of that. And okay, lastly, it's not milk. We just did milk. Lastly, it is legumes. I don't know why they're called legumes. I'm not a food person. I just call them beans. And sometimes lentils too, if you're Indian. Beans, super cheap. You can buy them raw and you can cook them. I think that's cheaper than buying them canned, but it also takes up time. So you have to find that balance yourself of what's better for you. Personally, I just buy them canned because they're kind of cheap to begin with, and even when they're canned. And I got a bunch of staples too. And canned beans are just like canned fish. You'll always find them in my cabinet for emergencies. But my favorites are, your pinto bean, your black bean. Those are good. Your red, white, lentils also, of course. And those are all super easy, You just throw these in to a bowl of rice. You put a little bit of chicken there and you have like a chicken bowl. Throw a little bit of cheese and sour cream if you want it to be pretty bomb. If you don't care if you want it to have a little more flavor, Another thing you can do with these, if you do buy them raw, is just batch cook them. Batch cooking them is going to save you a ton of time in the kitchen. But if you want to be even quicker, just do how I do it and buy them canned. Believe it or not, you can buy canned chicken, and I buy it all the time. It's actually not that bad. It's just as nutritious too, and it's already cooked, so it's super fast. Personally, my own story is that I thought I really couldn't afford to eat enough, but I'd spend a lot of money buying like expensive protein bars or protein powder, and I ran out of money quickly for actual food. So for me, learning to prioritize these steps and batch cook made nutrition super easy for me and actually achievable. Just a heads up, my program will offer budget-friendly eating guides and a skinny guy grocery list to help you gain muscle without breaking the bank. If you want to check that out. All right, let's move on because I don't want this video to be 23 minutes like it was last time. And I don't want to re-record it. Hopefully my mic's recording this time. Could you imagine if it wasn't recording a second time? I would probably kill myself. Not really, just kidding, don't do that. Strategy number 2 is the time-saving workout hack. I'm not going to spell it all out for you guys. You can hear me, can't you? This is a focus on quality over quantity. So what's the barrier here? The idea of spending an hour and a half to 2 hour gym routines and doing that 5 to 6 times a week can sometimes feel impossible, on top of having to work, having school, having family, and that can lead to an inconsistency or not starting at all. So what is the solution here for this problem? The solution is to focus on efficiency and intelligent programming. Intelligent programming. That's a brain. In other words, be smart about your programming. I love programming. It's kind of like a puzzle, Like if I have a client who can only go to the gym an hour to 2 hours a week, you have to figure out exactly how to make those 2 hours as efficient as possible. So you have to figure out how to split those 2 hours in the week. Is he going to go to the gym for 1 day for 2 hours or 2 days for 1 hour each? Figure out what to put in those exact routines so that his workout is as optimized as possible. And you have to figure out his goals, figure out what parts of the muscles he wants to grow, how he wants to look. And it's all just a big puzzle. And it's super fun to me, actually. It might be boring to you, but if it is boring, you hit me up and I'll do it for you. So let's go over your workout plan for this video. It is going to be a focus on 2 to 4, either full body or upper, lower splits. Or did I just lost my spot? Oh, here we go. Yeah. It's going to be a focus on compound exercises. So, that's everything that comes with a barbell. So it's going to be your squats, your deadlifts, your bench rows. If you're trying to hit your shoulders, that's going to be a focus on your overhead press. And you want to focus on that just because it's a more bang for your buck. In other words, it's better time spent in the gym. The other thing you want to focus on if you don't have a lot of time is your rest periods. Your rest periods between sets, between exercises is a huge chunk of why guys spend so much time in the gym. Me personally, my gym sessions nowadays are like half an hour, sometimes even 25 minutes. If I'm in there for 45 minutes or longer, I know I spent way too much time in there. And you might be asking yourself, how can I be in the gym for so long, or not so long, but so short? My trick is to use supersets. Basically, whenever you can, literally whenever I can, I pretty much do them all the time. I work out. You want to focus on supersets. So what is a superset? A superset is when you do one exercise and then immediately after you go and do a different exercise with no rest period in between. So how does that work? Let me give you an example. Say for your first exercise, you do a bench press. Okay, that is a push exercise and that targets your chest and a little bit of your arms and whatnot, whatever. We're not focused about that. For your second exercise, let's say you do a pull-up. A pull-up, on the other hand, is a pull exercise and it focuses on your back. Think about it like this. You're benching, you're literally pushing out and you're hitting your chest. When you do a pull-up, you're literally pulling yourself up and you're hitting your back. And why do you want to switch it up like that? You want to switch it up like that because when you do a superset, your first exercise, if it's a push like the bench press, for example, is a push exercise and you're hitting your chest. And then when you switch and you go directly to a pull-up, you're giving your chest time to rest in between that set because you're doing a pull-up. You're not hitting the same muscles. You're not hitting your chest. You're hitting your back on the second one. So basically, you want to fill your exercise routine with as much of that as you can if you're trying to save time. For me personally, my entire workout is filled with superset. That's literally all I do. Another example of a superset you could do, one that I personally like doing, is a lateral raise for the first one and maybe something like calves for the second one. Lateral raise is when you go like this with a pair of dumbbells. My camera's a little small. You go like this with a pair of dumbbells and you hit your side delts, which are right here. It makes your shoulders pop. And then, for example, immediately after you do that, you go over to the side and you do a couple calf raises. Maybe you're holding dumbbells in between. And just doing that, makes this super easy and you save so much time. Trust me, if you haven't tried supersets before, throw them in your workout and you'll be in there for half as long. The one thing is that if you're not conditioned for this, it might take a little bit of conditioning to get in the condition enough that you can do supersets all the time, but I promise you it's worth it for the time saved. The other thing is to start learning some minimal equipment or home workout options for busy days. So there's going to be days where you feel like you have to skip the gym, like you absolutely can't make it. On those days, you need to have a couple go-tos for something you can do at home. So, I suggest buying a couple small dumbbells, get a couple bands, get a pull-up bar for your door frame. Everyone's seen those. And then learn a couple body weight exercises. So there's going to be, your push-ups, the pull-ups in the door frame. You can do body squats. You can do, there's so many. Where's my page? Supermans for your back. You can do crunches, of course. Handstands. There's a plethora. Literally hop on to Google and search up body weight exercises and it'll give you a list of 30, or just even ask ChatGPT for a full body workout that is all body weight with no equipment. Or if you want, I've got direct access to that already. Just hit me up and I'll get you a list of everything you can need for body weight exercises. I have a whole list that's probably this freaking long. My story is that I would skip a full hour and a half workout all the time, and that would lead to massive inconsistency. So for me, learning how to time save and be effective with my workouts, even when my schedule is crazy, that got me consistent results. And basically, you need to do the same if you're in the same boat. All right, let's keep moving on to strategy number 3. The video is getting a little long, so I want to do this a little bit quicker if I can. This is the system solution. I don't even know why I write it out. You guys can't even read it. What's the barrier here? The barrier is being broke and busy can often lead to you feeling overwhelmed and even sometimes like isolated. You don't feel like you have anyone to ask. There's no accountability. You don't have a clear system, which can quickly lead to you just giving up. So what is the solution here? The solution is to have a system for accountability and direct support, aka me. So what do you need for that? You need a clear adaptable plan that's going to remove the guesswork, basically make everything super easy for you. You don't have to guess. You literally just follow the plan, A to Z. It's good to have access to expert guidance for specific questions. Basically, someone who can tell you what to eat, what's cheap, what to spend your money on if you want to spend affordably, and what are some short workouts you can do to cut your time in the gym. It's good to have like a community of like-minded individuals. It's going to help with your encouragement, and it's easy to ask those people for tips. It comes with built-in accountability that'll keep you consistent whenever your motivation's lacking. In tough times, I would try to piece together like free information out there. I would do my different research and look at different gurus, but I would often hit roadblocks. A lot of times I had no one to ask, so I would just give up. I offer a school community. It's a private access school community. It's got exclusive access to like-minded guys who are in the same boat as you. Skinny, natural, young, busy, trying to put on muscle. Maybe you've struggled with it in the past. Just putting that out there if you're interested in that. But yeah, no, I think we're about ready to cut off the video. That's about the end of it. Let's go over a quick summary. That way you don't just immediately forgot what you learned. You learned about affordable food mastery. So I gave you a couple staples. You can start with that. Try those out. If those don't work out for you, reach out to me. We can go over some other ideas for you. We learned about time-saving workouts. So that is your supersets. I promise you need to try and implement those if you haven't before. If you need help with those, feel free to send me a DM. Supersets, and then we went over leveraging support. Basically, when you know people who have already done it before, who have already had success with it, it's so much easier just to ask those people. Why would you spend hours trying to do your own research, trying to figure out what foods to buy, spending time walking through the grocery store, trying to put a grocery list together? Or on the other hand, if you're working out, you don't know what to work out, you don't know how to program your schedule to fit within an hour time frame, so you're trying to figure out yourself. You spend hours doing the research, watching YouTube videos. If you have access to someone you can just ask who's already done it, they'll tell you that stuff in 5 minutes, probably less. So basically what I'm trying to say here is leverage the support so that you can cut your time significantly down. That's one of the easiest ways to save time while working out, is just talk to people who have already done it. So yeah, that's all 3 out of the 3 tips. That's about it. If you're looking for more info, I'll put a link in the description below. You can check out my school community like I've mentioned. Feel free to hit me up. If you want, I offer free coaching, and I can offer a free strategy call session where we can talk about your goals, what's been working for you, what hasn't been working for you. Maybe I can help you out. It's completely free. If you're interested in that, there'll be a link below. But other than that, I think that's it for the video. I will see you guys for the next one. Hopefully this whole whiteboard thing was kind of fun. I thought it was a lot of work. We'll see how it goes. Maybe I won't do it next time. Anyway, peace out. See you guys later.